correction. First of all, I did that game in '94 with Mario Retrosi.
Oh, apologies.
It's okay. But Dan is the dean of high school football. I do want to recognize him as that. He and I worked together, though. We did, what, two state championship games, right? Yep. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Randy Woodward. For a little over a decade, I got to cover Handley High School basketball, but football really holds the special place in my heart because I got to broadcast the 1984 and '94 state championship games that you guys brought back. Being 25 and broadcasting that game from Scott Stadium at UVA, and I thought, man, there's nothing more I can do in this business. This is play-by-play heaven. And to have Handley win that game was the cherry on the Sunday that day. And again, it's kind of a blur. I think some of you can fill in the blanks, but Handley that was sort of an underdog story. Handley caught the momentum as the season went along, and they were like the little engine that could, and finally made it all the way to the state title game. And I remember the name Tommy Stein. I called his name a lot that day, and it was a great drive back to Winchester, knowing that I had a little something to do with that. The judges would not return to the state title rarefied air until 1994, but in those 10 years I got to call a lot of Handley football, and Andy, I don't even feel like an outsider because of people like Mr. Ops who made me feel right at home. And I got to add too that no one had a better food spread in the press box than Jimmy at Handley High School. But the '94 game, those memories come flooding back. That was like yesterday. Mario Retrosi and I drove down on a Friday, and I remember, you know, the directions to Gate City were go to the end of the earth and take a right. You really couldn't get there from here. We made it, but I remember that sign entering Gate City, "Welcome to Hell." I don't know if anybody was out or not, but remember the sign, "Welcome to Hell," and it kind of turned out to be that way. We surveyed the field on Friday, and it was okay. We had some rain down there, but the field was okay. Went back on game day, and it was a quagmire. The Gate City folks had watered the field to slow down the Park Lows and the Trey Kerns, and Dan, I think that was sort of the end of a home team getting to host a state title game.
Because I believe the year before you guys had won, you would have hosted a state championship game.
Yeah, '93. Judges actually had a chance to host, but lost to Matoka. Is that right? But anyway, '94, unplayable field. I remember we went down to talk to Coach Linden and ask him about the field conditions, and he said it's wet. That's, you know, you just did not get a whole lot out of Coach Linden, but in his understated way, it's wet. The judges built that lead to 12-7 late, and with just maybe a minute to go, Gate City throws a screen pass. And the guy's off to the races. And one of the Partlow boys, I forget which one, the secondary, Michael, angled off and really saved the day. There were a couple of plays after that where Gate City threw some passes into the end zone. I was waiting for the old home cooking flag, but the judges held on for the 12-7 win, and that was an incredible year. Just a high-powered team, and I was just happy to be a small part of that. So really, if you're talking about Handley pride from the outside, I always kind of felt like I was on the inside. So thank you all very much for allowing me to share those memories, and I wish you more state championships.